Hi guys, FrostFangs here, welcome back once again, of course, to another Paladins video. We're going to be playing some PIP today based around his F. It's actually been about half a year since I've covered him, which is kind of weird because I've been meaning to do this for ages now. I'm sure you've seen damage and healer PIP a million times, so I didn't want to do that again because it hasn't really changed very much since like a year or two ago. PIP has been the same for a while now, so instead I wanted to play him based around his F, which did actually get a bit of a buff recently. It doesn't have a talent to match, which is kind of why it's not as good as the other ones, because he has talents that buff out his damage and his healing, but nothing that really plays into the F at all. So for that reason it does have a little bit less synergy than some of the other kits you've seen with him before, because all of this is just the F pretty much. We've got a heal on it, we've got reduced cooldown, and then we've got increased duration from 2.5 to about 4. The heal is 1200 over that 4 seconds, and the cooldown on it is only 7.5, and obviously less than that with Cronus, which we will probably be grabbing. So on paper it seems pretty good, although I've only played 1 or 2 games with this. This is more of a first impressions than anything else. We then have Sprint and Moxie, which are filler cards, and that's kind of it for the intro. For the talent, like I said, it doesn't play into it, so it doesn't really matter what we grab, but I'll probably go for Catalyst, because realistically I see this as an alternative to damage PIP, because you're getting kind of the same thing with the lifesteal, with the heal on the F, the cooldown reduction, same thing with the F, and then duration instead of like the slow and the ammo gen. So this way I can compare it a little bit better and just treat it as some form of solo heal damage sustain dual PIP. I don't know the Palmer title of this video, to be honest, but yeah, let's just jump into game 1. Right, well, for game 1 we've got Onslaught, Foreman's Rise, we got a Jag, we've got an Octavia, shout out to those two, a Tiberius and a Furia, so I can actually go for what I was planning here. It doesn't really matter if I go for heals or not, because we do have a Furia comboing with the Jag, which I imagine will be quite a pain, and for this I had a Ceres, a Charlene, a Cassie, a Maeve, and a Nando, so a pretty similar thing. Did change the weapon to the Halloween one, because I barely ever see anybody run this. We've got Titan's Fury, Natural Persistence, Solar Blessing, so yeah, that's one hell of a combo. Sand Trap, Catburg, the Mortal Reach, Aegis, and Big Game, then Hell or High Water, and Commander's Cooldown. Just run into round 1. I'm honestly not sure what to expect. I'm hoping it will go well, but with these sort of videos, I actually never know. Let's go on right side. There's a shot and a slow straight off the bat, and a self-heal. Jag is just going straight for it. Fury through the beam. Hello, Maeve. There's a hit. I guess I got the bonus damage still. That was not what I wanted to do. Jesus Christ, I'm rusty with PIP. It has been a minute. We are getting the self-heal there from the setup. We'll throw the heal for the Yags. Shot on a slow for the flipping Ceres. I was going to call you Cassie there, just throwing over some 600s, and Nando is pushing in. We'll go for the F just for the self-heal. Even if we don't jump around, it's obviously still quite useful. There goes Furia. Sure, there's some hits for the Maeve. There's another one mid-air, which I missed. There's one more, and she should be gone. Oh my god, she's so low. Sean's on left side. The server's being kind of fried does not help, because the jump doesn't work reliably, which is not very good for the flipping setup, which is kind of based around it. Tiberius should be able to shred him here. He's just in the corner. There we go. We'll throw a heal for him so he doesn't have to go back. Keep dealing self-damage with my own slow, which is kind of annoying. There's the stun from the Fury there, which was pretty clutch. She is out. We'll throw that for the self-heal. She's going for the ult. We'll F and jump in a little bit. Hello, Fernando. There's some slows and damage for you. Pop the F again. We're going to jump over the side. Actually make that jump just enough with my F, and I'm dead. We got rid of Maeve as we jumped in there, but Charlene and Cassie there again just being able to burst me down. I guess we should get some Haven to counter that a bit. Yeah, I got T on the right side. I'm going to go for the ult. That is not really how I wanted that play to go. There's a bit of self-heal and some really awkward combo. I guess that kind of worked because they're all dead, but that was really bad. Pop the F again for the self-heal. Yag's going for the ult, so I'm not going to use my Q because I wouldn't really do anything, but there's one straight afterwards. There's a slow for these guys on the side. For the Ceres in the face for 700. We'll pop the F and push in. This is definitely a bad idea, but I'm going to see if we can get it to work. That slow didn't land, or maybe it did because the Cassie's just here. Dead to the Maeve though, because she's here. Slow didn't land. She's going for the ult to get a hit on her there as she was falling. We're going to push around the side. I guess we meet again. There's another shot, slow combo sort of thing on you. I seem to be kind of winning most of these duels actually. Maybe by a little bit though, and then I lose them whenever there's somebody else involved. We got rid of the Charlene, got stuck on the wall. That anti-heal is bodying me. There's another shot on the side that missed. She's actually doing pretty good. We'll get some more Haven to deal with it a bit. Shot and a slow for the Maeve. There's a shot for the, yep, sure, Charlene. There's some more taps from me. Should be gone. There's a heal. Gag's kind of on the objective on her own for some reason. Shot on a slow for the Maeve, and one more to finish. I tried to get the little jump angle there, but that didn't really work. We got on top though. Tiberius, watch out. There is a Cassie over there. Pop the F for the regen. Fury went for the beam. There's a slow. I'm going to go for the ult here. Maybe that's a decent play. Might be able to get rid of the Nando. I don't think that really worked at all there. There's a slow for you and a shot. We're going to go for the F. Going to ignore the Maeve. See if I can finish off the Charlene. He's not gone. I don't know exactly where he went. He's just there. Shot on the slow, but that didn't work. Definitely could still recover this, but it's not looking too good. There's a preemptive slow which didn't hit anybody. I thought there'd be somebody running around. There's a Q and an F. It's not what I wanted to do. Jesus Christ, that was awkward. I'm somehow not dead though. There's a self-heal. Did get tapped a little bit there. There's a slow over in that direction. Just trying to dodge because Charlene can nearly one-tap me. There's a Q. That's Jag with the ult, which does throw me off a little bit because I was trying to get rid of him, but I'm probably dead here. There's a Q. Gonna reload in. Yeah, go on. At least we got rid of Nando. Even though I was expecting this to be kind of hectic, obviously, because we're playing like a setup where we jump around a ton and use the F Still didn't expect it to be this messy, but there's some shots for the Cassie. She's gone. There's a Q for the self-heal. Goddamn, Charlene, you seem to just always be there. Whenever I'm like low health and dealing with somebody else, I kill the person I'm dealing with, or I die because he also joins the fight. It seems like most of my damage is from that Charlene or the Maeve, like 2-on-1ing me. Doesn't seem like Yak's gonna be able to survive there on her own for very long, but there goes the Nando. Very cheeky kill there. We're actually recovering it. We're even right now. Didn't really work out there at all. There's a shot and a slow. I'm just gonna dip into the Fury Beam. Jesus Christ, what a well-placed one. There's the F and then the Q. It's gonna jump around a little bit slow there for the Charlene. We'll throw another Q for the heal. Just gonna stick with this Yak, to be honest. Seems like we're actually able to hold the point quite well with just Yak. Although, yep, sure, Charlene. There's a Q. There's another shot which I missed. I feel like I should have been able to hit you with that one. Shot onto the Cassie. I don't have any Cauterize, which also isn't helping. Didn't point that out, but it's kind of obvious. There's a hit or two for the Ceres. She's not gone, but the Nando is because we just jumped through. There's the Q over there for him. There's a slow for the Maeve. Yep, sure. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of avoiding as much damage as I can. There's the Q. It's about an F as well, but it seems like we've actually got it. 392 to 360. I 100% thought we were going to lose that one. We were behind by like 60 or 70 points at one point, but then Yak just sat in the corner for like the last 2 minutes and we managed to recover it. Fury was doing a great job there on heals. I feel like I played rather mediocre. I could have done way worse. That setup actually worked better than I was expecting. I think most of the jank just came from me being kind of uncomfortable with Pip in general because I don't play him that often, and the setup as well was also a little bit out of my comfort zone, but overall I say it actually worked surprisingly well. 7-11 there, 64k, 15k healing obviously wasn't going to be great there. The Yag did a solid job. She actually dealt a bunch of damage there. Tiberius did really well. The Fury did a great job there, and so did Octavia. I reckon with more practice, this is honestly a pretty solid setup, especially with the super low cooldowns there. I was throwing out my Q pretty consistently, and the F was up like in 5 seconds after we finished using it. For their side, their Nando did fine. Their Ceres did a fantastic job on the heals. The Charlene did a crazy good job there on damage. Like I said, throughout that match, he was causing me most of the trouble. The Cassie also did pretty good, and so did the Maeve. As you can see from the stats there, we won that just from the objective because Yag was on it for 440 seconds, whereas the highest other than Yag was like 150. Nando didn't really play a massive amount, so props to her for winning us that game pretty much. Fury also there with the combo and the damages too. I will say the one thing I noticed with the setup, which is what I was expecting and kind of what I was targeting, and I tried to explain in the intro, is that in dueling situations and like a one-on-one, you actually have a pretty damn big buff with this. You know, you're getting a 4-second movement buff, which is usually 2.5 seconds. You're getting a pretty big heal over it, and it's also got a pretty short cooldown, and all you're trading out is you can't use your right click as often, which doesn't matter in a dueling situation. Really, the slow is a bit shorter. You don't have the ammo gem, which I was kind of missing, and instead of lifesteal, you have the heal on the F, so it doesn't really feel like it's worse. It just feels different. No, honestly, just didn't feel that bad. I did feel a little bit less useful in team situations. Even as damage Pip, I feel like you can do a little bit more with the normal way of playing him, but in one-on-ones, I felt like I maybe had a bit of an advantage over normal damage Pip. I don't know if that's really worth trading off. You know, standard Pip is standard for a reason. Either way, having a bit of a hard time here getting my thoughts out there, but I would recommend you give this a go for yourself because it was a lot more fun and actually a little bit more hectic and just a little bit better than I was expecting it to be. Alright, well for game 2, we've got TDM Abyss, we've got a Corvus, we've got a Tiberius and Andra and a Xenomorph against a Maeve, another Corvus, a Koga, a Khan, and a Drogos. Also decided to switch the weapon for this one, which I've never used before, didn't even know this was in the game, completely forgot about it, but we've got Yomi, we've got Spreading Influence, Cursed Revolver, and Vicious Assault, then Cat Burglar, Adrenaline Junkie, Spreading Influence, Storm Bullets, and Combustible. Nearly failed that jump. I'm going to throw the slow, but that didn't give me anything. I'm just going to go ahead and yoink this, I guess, or maybe let Tiberius get it. Hello, Koga. There's a shot on a slow. Sure, one more, and he is not gone because he dashed forward and then just died straight afterwards. There's a heal for the Andra. Never mind, he's dead. There's a slow for the Maeve. That did not land. I'm just going to run behind cover, fire some little shots here at the door. Hello, Maeve. You're just dashing away. There's a Q for the lot of them. Just shot on a slow. Sure, there's the F. Going to fall back a little bit here. Get a little high jump. There's a heal. We got rid of the Corvus. Do the high jump. Shot on a slow. That didn't land. Oh, I'm off the map. Never mind. We're just about on. Shot over there. There's one direct hit on him and another one. Cool. Tried to land 3 in a row there. There's a Q. Shot on a slow up on the top. That's a 3-man. Honestly, Catalyst here is working quite goddamn well, even if we are playing some form of weird hybrid Pip. The F jump and shot and slow. I feel like CC, even without a setup particularly going for it, is pretty damn strong when you're getting those big ass slows. Trying to land shots on the Maeve, but kind of failing. Since going for the ult. Nice. We're going to jump over this way. Shot on a slow on the Khan. Never mind, he went for the grab and missed it. There's another little shot. Don't have the F up. Give me a second. Never mind, he's already dead. There's an F shot and a slow. That big jump when you get a jump off the wall is honestly just really satisfying to do. There's Kronos 2. Khan grabbed the whoever that is up there. I don't know. I'm going to try and throw him a heal. That missed because the radius on that thing is tiny, but I'm not going to grab that ult thing, so I've got it already. There's a heal for Tiberius. Never mind. I guess he died. We did heal the Zen though. Just about kept him up. There's a little tap or two for the people running in. There's a Q for these guys. Mainly just for me, to be honest. There's a shot on a slow. Trying to get a cheeky angle, but I'm not really at the right spot to do it. It feels kind of weird to be in Pip's F for so long. Sometimes it just feels like it's glitched, but no, it's just the fact that you've increased the duration by so much. Again, nearly getting knocked by the Drogos there. Q there for the Corvus. Did get like a tiny heal to him there. They do have a bunch of Cauterize there. Am I going to push in? This feels like a bad idea. We're going to jump and finish off the Drogos. Never mind, he's just going to awkwardly move around. I guess I died there anyway and wasted the Drogos ult, sort of. Q for the Andro, shot for the Maeve, shot on a slow for the, yep, sure, Corvus and the Koga. That was a bit weird. There's a big Q. That slow is brutal even without any extra duration added on it. There's another shot on a slow because we are grabbing Kronos. The cooldown on it is basically the same as normal damage Pip because you don't necessarily necessarily grab Kronos if you go for like normal damage pip, whereas with this you definitely would, just to maximize using your F and stuff, and just to make up for the fact that you don't have the cooldown reduction you usually have on the right click. I don't know if I explained that well or not, but basically this just feels like a kind of different version of damage pip where you use your F a ton more. Drogos is now going for the ult because he dips down. Fair enough. Is he going all the way around? Is he going to hit the Zin? He's going to get weirdly stuck, or I guess that was Zin counter, I suppose. Kogo's running in a little bit. There's a heal for the Corvus. He's, going for the ultimate. We're going to reload in, hit him for 570, and one more hit to finish him. There we go. Don't know where Corvus went. I guess he teleported forward. I thought he went backwards for some reason. Push in a little bit, do a bit of an extra high jump. There's a shot and a slow Q there for the Tiberius, shot for the Koga. Can't get rid of our Tiberius. There's a slow Q. We're going to F as well here. Do I go for the ult? I think this might be a good point to use it. Yeah, sure. Why not? I tried to slow there. That was weirdly timed, but I guess that worked. Definitely a more hectic way to play Pip, I'll tell you that much. There's a shot and a slow. I'm just jumping in so much more than I bloody need to. There's another Q over there for the Tiberius. He's already dead. That didn't work. Shot and a slow though. Yep, sure. A couple little 700s or whatever. Pop the F. There's a Q. Alright, Koga's just trying to do some in there. There's a slow over there at the back. Sure, just throw over some little 800s. Max Kronos is making this way more hectic just because I'm using all of my abilities constantly, but I am missing a lot of them. There goes the whoever that is. I think that was Tiberius. He tried to F after he'd already got thrown. I don't know. Yep, definitely him. Did try and do the jump, but it slammed me down. There's a shot and a slow. There's a Q. Did he even realize where I went? I suppose not. What the hell was that play? That was abysmal. There's more court. There's an F, shot and a slow if we can get it. I'm trying to go on top of him here to get the angle. Do have the ultimate up again. We're 29 to 34. It's not looking too good. There's the ultimate. Didn't get the Koga in it, or the, I guess, Drogos I meant. We did hit the Khan though. There's a shot. There's another one. There's the heal, shot and a slow. Got a reload, trying to use the F, but I guess they're all still up. Obviously grabbing Kronos means you don't have Cauterize, which is not necessarily an ideal trade-off. Maybe it's better off to go for Cauterize first and then get Kronos instead. It's probably a better idea. But either way, there's the defeat. I feel like I actually did better in that one than I did in game one because I've warmed up a little bit. Still felt a little bit foreign overall though. 4-7, 58k, 22k. I'm happy with that. That's highest damage in that match other than the Maeve and the Zim, which is honestly not too bad considering we also healed for 22k. For the rest of our stats, Arandro had a bit of a hard time there. 314, 32k is kind of rough. Corvus did pretty good on the heals. Tiberius also struggled a little bit there. Zin did shred though. Props to him. For their side, all of them did a really good job there other than the Koga, who was struggling a little bit. 313, 32k, which is very similar to what Arandro did there, which is a little bit weird. But yeah, there we go. Game 2. Definitely very tempted to do another one, but I think I am going to leave it off here. The setup worked pretty well. I will revisit this, I think, in a couple months because I do want to make some tweaks to this. I want to play a little bit more damage pip in general because I actually like playing it quite a bit, and I think this is actually a solid alternative to it. But I don't think that this is the best iteration of it, and I think after I play around with it a little bit more, I can do a full proper video on it, and this is going to kind of be the first impressions for Max F Pip, or whatever I title this video. Hopefully that made sense. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts definitely in the comments and anything you want to see me cover next for sure. And yeah, thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys all very, very soon. And as always, stay frosty.